The other reason we have the oldest boundaries in Europe, Portugal, which is defined as a country, as a nation for 900 years now. So that's part of our DNA. I think that's why we are so friendly and peaceful. Hi, my name is José. I used to be an airline pilot for TAP Portugal, and right now I write books. Very active on social networks. I write about aviation and things. I have a family, and I'm married for 50 years right now. I have two daughters, four grandsons, and I'm the latest guest on Portugal, the Simple Life podcast.
Welcome back, or welcome to another episode of Portugal, the Simple Life, and I'm delighted to be joined today by José Correia Guedes. José, muito boa tarde. How are you?
Hello,
Thanks
Dylan.
for being on the podcast.
Hello, Dylan. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome.
Yeah,
José, why don't you start off telling us a little bit about you?
Well, I'm 77 years old. I'm married for 50 years now. We have two daughters, four grandsons and granddaughters. So it's a very standard family. We live at Estoril. I used to be an airline pilot for TAP, Portuguese Airlines. My wife was a teacher. She's retired as well right now. So we have a very good life.
Yeah, those are two very stressful
and a very simple life.
And a simple life. We'll talk more about the simple life for sure. What was your favorite place that you enjoyed flying to? Or one of your favorite destinations?
Oh, New York, of course.
Yeah.
I'm a New York fan. I love New York. I love almost everything in New York. Yeah, it was one of my favorite places, yes.
Did you ever, I mean, you probably did you ever land in Funchal?
Oh, 600 times or 700 times.
Yes. That was one of the most scariest landings I've ever had in my life. Maybe you were flying.
Really?
Was landing in Funchal with those crosswinds and everything. It was one of my first experiences landing in Portugal.
It's not that difficult. It's a peculiar airport. So
yeah.
You have to train to operate at Funchal. And you have to be careful, but you have to be careful all over the world, not only in Funchal. So the good thing is it's challenging. It's a challenge. So I never had any kind of problem landing at Funchal.
What were some of the things? I mean, José, with such a hectic schedule, with such a you mentioned 2 days of just flying. What were the things that you learned to kind of appreciate when arriving in Portugal? What do you learn to appreciate about your country, coming back from all these different places in the world?
Well, it's always good to be back home. Portugal has been my home for the last 77 years. So this is the place I was born in. This is the place I love. This is the place where I have my family and friends. And in my particular case, I had the chance to live at Estoril, which is one of the most beautiful places in Portugal to live. An amazing place. It's comfortable. The weather is good almost all year round, so it's not far from the airport. It was always a pleasure to, as I told you, most of my flights in the last part of my career were made during the night. So I used to arrive in Lisbon 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I really enjoyed driving through the Marginal, that road that goes from Lisbon to Cascais, and enjoyed the sunrise at whatever time of the year. It was so relaxing, so it filled my soul with joy. I can't describe the feeling, but it was a very, very good feeling.
You mentioned flying to New York and flying to all these different places. What are the things that you learned to appreciate about Portugal, about this wonderful country?
Portugal is a very peculiar country. I would begin with people. We are very friendly and peaceful people. It shows everywhere. Everywhere you go, you find friendly people, peaceful people. Our crime rate in Portugal is very, very low as compared with the rest of Europe or United States or wherever. So we can live very peacefully in Portugal. You can go out with your kids and family and enjoy life as much as you can without feeling threatened by anybody or anything. So that's the most important part. And on the other hand, if you have a problem anywhere in the country, people will help you immediately. It's very easy to make friends and to be welcoming in Portugal. That's the part I like the most.
Why do you think we have this culture in Portugal of being so helpful, so welcoming?
Yeah.
What's your take on that part of the Portuguese DNA?
Listen, we are a very small community. We are a very small country. Our population is less than 10 million right now. That's half the population of São Paulo in Brazil or Rio de Janeiro, cities, big cities. So this is almost a family. We get to know each other very easily. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason, we have the oldest boundaries in Europe, Portugal. So this is defined as a country, as a nation for 900 years now. So that's part of our DNA. I think that's why we are so friendly and peaceful.
Looking for a home in Portugal? This break in Portugal, the Simple Life podcast, is brought to you by Dylan and his team of certified realtors at Portugal Realty. Portugal Realty offers the exclusive Simple Life home buyer program. Visit portugalrealty.com today and book your free call to find out more. Welcome to the Simple Life.
José, I mean, you worked with TAP. TAP had a very famous slogan, which was, if I remember correctly, os abraços abertos, or something with arms wide open. And it's very fitting because that is how people get welcomed here.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the slogan of TAP, Portuguese Airlines, which really goes like that. I don't think they use it anymore, but
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, receiving you with open arms.
That was that's the Portuguese way.
Yeah, that's Portuguese way. Yes, yes. We are special. I suppose you didn't read my books, but one of them, the Aviator, which is now a bestseller in Portugal. I tell the story of my hijacking. My airplane was hijacked back in 1980.
Your plane was hijacked?
Yes, I was hijacked. It was a kid, 18-year-old. He wasn't even 18. He was probably 17-year-old. And well, that's a long story. But just to let you know, right now we are friends, me and the hijacker. So we did everything on one hand, to save his life. It was a crazy thing he was doing. We pilots did everything we could to help him. And the rest of the people in Portugal was so moved for the circumstances that it took about 6 hours, this hijacking. It was solved on, how can I tell you? We talked and talked and talked during these 6 hours. And it was a very emotional situation. So nobody died, of course. At the end of the day, already during the hijacking, I don't know if you ever heard about the Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, yes.
That's the kind of the special relationship that develops between the hijacker and hijacked. And I began to get that feeling. I'm going to befriend this guy. I'm going to help him. And he thought he was carrying a gun, and the gun was loaded. So, and he thought exactly the same thing. That's why the problem was solved. It took some time, but it was solved. It involved some tears as well. That's Portuguese way of doing things. We cry quite easily. We are very emotional. To make a long story short, right now we are friends. So he's 60. He's businessman. His life was family life and professional life went very well. And we are friends right now. This could only happen in Portugal, between Portuguese. That's our way of doing things.
José, I mean, tell us, I think you have written more than one book.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about some of the books that you've written.
When I retired, I started to write books. I love reading and I love writing. My second book was a hit, if we can call it this way. It sold quite well. The book is about my life in the airplanes, and short stories, funny stories, and things to some people that are afraid of flying. Sometimes after reading the book, they tell me they feel more comfortable because the way I write about everything that happens in the airplane makes them feel more comfortable for some reason. So because of the books, so as I told you, I wrote 3 books. I get lots of invitations for speaking engagements, especially in Portuguese universities and schools, but mostly in universities. I'm very active in social networks as well. I'm very active, always about aviation. My team is, I only write about aviation. I'm active on Twitter, or X as they call it right now, on Instagram, on Facebook. I like this kind of relation with the readers when you keep having feedback about your work and about things you write in social networks. It's very rewarding.
How many flights did you do in total?
Oh, I can tell you.
No.
I flew 22,000 hours, flight hours. That's quite a lot, yeah.
That is a lot. That is a lot. And only one hijacking, hopefully.
Only one hijacking, yes.
But you're friends with the hijacker. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
As I say, you mentioned that you're a simple man. The title of the podcast is As You Know It.
Yep.
So the question that we ask all of our guests, Portugal, the simple life, why?
As I said before, it's because of its people, friendly, very friendly and peaceful people. Weather conditions, which are very good. Safety, it's very important for all of us to raise our kids, our families in a safe place. And enjoy life in Portugal. It's a good place to live, a very good place to live. I can tell you, as I said it before, I've been all over the world. There are 2 countries where I love to finish my life, Portugal and Italy. I love Italy very, very much. Every year I go to Italy. There's always something new to discover in Italy. So if I couldn't live in Portugal, I could live in Italy, nowhere else.
Wonderful. José, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I've loved our conversation, and I'm going to let you call it.
That's a wrap.
So thank you once again to our guest, and thank you to all of you for listening. Please subscribe, share with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and please leave a comment or a review. We always love to hear from you. Don't forget, Portugal The Simple Life also has a magazine, so download it. It's for free. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And as we say in Portugal, sejas bem-vindo. Welcome to The Simple Life.